Good afternoon and very warm welcome to all of you. Myself, Dr. Vinod Kumar Nara, Assistant Professor in Nata College of Pharmacy, Mysore. Today we have Dr. Sunil Kumar Jain with us for webinar on Chronopharmaceuticals. Dr. Sunil Kumar Jain is an excellent researcher and academician working as a Senior Assistant Professor in Institute of Pharmaceutical Science, Guru Ghasidas Central University, Bilaspur since 2005. He has published more than 60 research and review papers. His impact international and national journals, authors 5 books and 3 book chapters, and delivered several invited talks at several conferences and workshops in India. The cumulative citations of his publications are more than 1800 with H index 22 and I-10 index 31. Dr. Jain is serving as reviewer of more than 40 research journals, with few of them as the editorial board member. His research interested includes designing nano and multi-particulate technology for management of type 2 diabetes mellitus, treatment of H. pylori, and colon cancer. He has completed 3 research projects sanctioned by ICT under RPS and UGC so far. He has supervised 16 MPhil students and guided 3 PhD scholars. He is a member of various administrative bodies of universities. Now, I hand over the screen to Dr. Sunil Kumar Jain. Sir, please.
Welcome, Dr. Sunil. It's my privilege to welcome you. We are associated since last 25 years. Actually, we are classmates and co-researchers also. So I welcome Dr. Sunil on behalf of Nata College of Pharmacy. Dr. Sunil.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Jain. Good afternoon, everyone. I wish to thank IQAC coordinator and principal Dr. Amit K. Nata College of Pharmacy, Mysore, event coordinator Dr. Vinod Nara, technical support Mr. Kevin Bhargava, and all the members who are directly or indirectly involved for this meeting. And providing an opportunity to interact with such a beautiful audience. We can say so many students from Nata College of Pharmacy, SIT Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and other industry students are also joining this meeting. The pharm students are joining this meeting, PG students are there, research scholars are there, and faculty members are also joining this meeting. So I welcome you all. Let us start with this topic, chronopharmaceutics. Actually, this is a very interesting topic, we can say, and we can say this is very untouched topic. So there are lots of scope for the development of certain technical systems in this technology. Now, what should be the basis of, we can say, development of chronopharmaceutics? We can say the taken as a research topic, or we can say used for the development of technology. We can say it is observed actually that certain drugs, when we given at particular time, give better results, such as if we say that certain drugs like nifedipine, propranolol, when given at morning, they will give better response. Actually, these are lipophilic drugs. So when given in the morning, they are providing more better response as compared to when we administered at the evening doses. Similar to that, intensity or occurrence of certain disease also at particular time. As we know that asthmatic attacks, where patients are suffering, are getting that particular at late night and the morning. So based on the studies and researches of so many researchers, it was aimed actually to develop certain suitable technical systems in which in vivo drug availability is time to match rhythms or disease in order to optimize therapeutic outcomes and minimize side effects. So on that way, we can able to develop a certain delivery system that will treat the patient more efficiently. Now, certain things are there that in vivo drug availability to match the rhythms of disease. So we have to develop a delivery system which will avail the drug to the body when it is required, when the intensity of disease is more or occurrence of disease is there. So the disease may be treated efficiently. Okay, so it is the main theme of this study. Now let us uh, see some discuss some definitions that are very much important for this uh, related to chronopharmaceutics. Chronobiology, science that studies the biological rhythms. Chronopharmacology, study of effects, side effects of drugs upon temporal changes in biological functions or symptoms of the disease, as well as drug effects as a function of biological timing. Chronopharmacokinetics, it is actually related with the ADMA. So, due to the changes in the absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elevation, when the time of when the drugs are administered or this form administered, there are complete changes in the ADME of the uh, drug. Chronotherapy, coordinating biological rhythms with medical treatment, is called chronotherapy. So it was actually now start with this circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm, it is of we can say three types: uh, ultradian, uh, circadian, and infradian. Ultradian, very short period time. Circadian, we can say it is occurs in the 24 hours period. The wake up, sleep. Each and everyone is everything is comes under circadian rhythm. And then best known circadian rhythms include body temperature, hormone secretion, metabolism, sleep, and wake up cycle. And this third one is that infradian rhythm. We can say this is we know that it lasts for more than 24 hours. Uh, Women are having this uh, menstrual cycle, so it is comes under the infradian cycle. So it is very much related with the this technology. Now this, as we know, this biological clock, it is uh, found in all living organisms that coordinate the timing of biological functions and behaviors to the natural day-night cycle. And it is actually located in the suprachiasmatic nucleus of the hypothalamus. We can say this location, this is located here, suprachiasmatic nucleus. Okay, so what it will do? The this SEN uses its connection with the autonomic nervous system for spreading its time of day message, either by setting the sensitivity of endocrine glands or by directly controlling an endocrine output of pineal glands. As we know, there's certain, if you we can take an example. If you are habit of taking meal at 10 o'clock at night, and if you are not getting this, you will get irritated. So this type of, and you are sorry, having taking breakfast at 8 o'clock morning. If you are not getting this in the particular time, you will be irritated. So some things are being set up in our body based on the uh, signals are coming from this SCM. Okay, so it is varied to person. We can't say. Okay, okay. So first to discuss some history of this circadian rhythm. This Jean Jacques Deotus de Marion describes circadian rhythm in plants in 18th century. It's a long back. And Franz Hellberg, who coined the word circadian, is also called the father of American chronobiology. So this is very old concept. And now comes the history of biological clock. Uh, and it comes from the ancient ages. This stays 400 BC. Androsthenes, the Alexander the Great scribe, observed that leaves of certain trees open during the day and close at night. Now comes with the latest information. In 1950, scientists observed that Sterlings use the sun to migrate. Their internal clock reoriented them as the sun changes. 1971, the first clock gene is identified in fruit flies. 1978, the first clock controlling gene discovered in Bilaspur. 1997, the first clock gene is identified in mammals. And 2001, the first human clock gene discovered. So understanding is very old about the biology of clock. Now, this figure will show you the overall 24-hour period study. If we start with this midnight time, 2 o'clock, 2 a.m., we are getting the deepest sleep. At 4:30, we are getting the lowest body temperature. When go further, this Sarto's rise in blood pressure is 640. Melatonin secretion stops at 7:30. Bowel movement likely at 8:30. Highest testosterone secretion is 9 a.m. High alertness at 10 a.m. Help usually get up properly. Best coordination 2:30 p.m. Fasted coordination 3:30. Greatest cardiovascular efficiency in muscle strength at 5 p.m. Highest blood pressure at 6:30, around 7 p.m. Highest body temperature. And when we uh, go for sleep, that is melatonin is involved in the sleep wake cycle. So it's melatonin secretion start at 9 p.m. So this is the overall. You can say that so many hormones are releasing in our body. Level is goes on increasing, decreasing. Body temperature goes on increasing, decreasing. So many things are. So our some drugs we can say are giving the effects according to the activity of the body. Now we can say this circadian rhythm and the body different functions and different hormones what they are releasing or functions are there. Now it's we can getting the results that body temperature, cortisol hormones, blood pressure goes on increasing at daytime and goes on decreasing in nighttime. Reverse is true for this melatonin, growth hormones, testosterone, prolactin. These hormones may the level is will be reduced at the daytime and goes on increase in the nighttime. So these hormones, these body temperature, these blood pressure, each and everywhere play a very important role for the disease management. This melatonin appears to have two parallel interacting effects on the sleep cycle. First, it enters and shifts the circadian rhythm, that is called process C, in a chronobiotic function. Second, it promotes sleep onset and continuity in hypnotic function by increasing the homeostatic drive to sleep. It's called process S. Melatonin is the internal sleep facilitator in humans and therefore useful in the treatment of insomnia and readjustment of circadian rhythm. So if we know that the pattern of this melatonin, we can control this disease insomnia and our life will be going on easy. The cortisol circadian rhythm typically show a rise in cortisol during the night and a peak within the first hour after awakening. This cortisol levels drops quickly during morning hours, increase slightly after the midday meal, and decline slowly through the rest of the day to a low during the study. So, just I am discussing this cortisol, melatonin, and it is also we are getting the results of different other hormones and different studies. Okay, so this is chronological behavior of certain diseases. This is few examples you can say. This In case of peptic ulcer disease, acid secretion is high in afternoon and at night, and thus we can use the H2 blockers. This asthmatic attacks, we can say, during night, at early morning. Cardiovascular disease, heart problems are there. We can say BP is at lowest during the sleep cycle and rises steeply in the early morning. In the arthritis, there is a pain in the morning and more pain in the night. It is pattern observed. And diabetes mellitus, as we know that when we take the food, the sugar level will goes increasing. Hypercholesterolemia, cholesterol is generally high during night time than daytime. Now this is the graph showing the diseases known to follow the circadian rhythm. So now more data we are getting this. Now start with this peptic ulcer disease at night, congestive heart failure. We know that so many patients are getting died at night time during sleep. Asthmatic attacks at that morning, epileptic seizures are there when 7 o'clock time period. Migraine headaches are there. Angina, acute myocardial infarction, cardiac death at that time. We can say sickle cell anemia at this 1 hour, 1 p.m. 2 p.m. time period. Hemorrhagic and perforated ulcer crises are there. Osteoarthritis, it is at 6 p.m. around time period. Chronic pain is at 10 p.m. around time. And epileptic seizures, we know that this is around this 11 to 12 p.m. Okay, so the pattern showing that so many diseases follow the circadian rhythm and intensity of certain diseases, these diseases is more at particular time period. So actually, it should be required to release the drug at that time, avail the drug at that time, and when the availability of drug is more, the intensity of disease will be very less. Now, we should learn about the drugs also. Now, previously we have discussed about the disease states when the intensity is more or less. Now, so many researchers are also worked on the drugs. When they are active more, then they are having less activity. When we administer, the side effects is less, and administer side effects are more. So I given that term the smart use of drugs. So first we take the event this sample of antibiotics. Now it is observed that this amino glycosides, these are producing actually renal toxicity. So gentamicin, tobramycin, amikacin, the amino glycosides. The renal toxicity can be reduced when given the drug as a single daily injection when patients are active at the time. So renal toxicity of these drugs we can reduced. A second example is antihypertensive drugs. We know that blood pressure, stroke volume, cardiac output, blood flow are high in the morning and decrease later in the day. So it is pattern observed with the lipid drugs such as nifedipine, propranolol. These are more getting absorbed, faster absorption is there when given after morning period, and as compared to the evening period when they are given in the morning, the intensity is more, they are getting more absorbed. Cmax will was found to be higher and Tmax was found to be shorter. Reverse is true with this atenolol. This is a hydrophilic drug. It is not absorbed rapidly after morning administration. It is absorbed rapidly in the evening. These acetylcholine inhibitors were also found to be safe and effective when administered at bedtime when compared to morning. Let us take some more examples. about anti-epileptic drug, that is valproate. It is also saying that absorption is more when administer the valproic acid in the morning, in the evening. So it will be better if we administer the drug in the morning. It will give better results. Now come with the anti-inflammatory drugs like indomethacin, ibuprofen. The data rate and extent of availability was observed when administered in the morning and evening. Now, anti-asthmatic drugs. Asthma is attacked more frequently in night hours. The factors which are responsible for this, like drug restricted substances such as acetylcholine, histamine, housewhite dust, propellers, they are active at night, that daytime. So these drugs, these theophylline, beta-sympathomimetics drugs, that should be given in high doses during the night time than daytime. So when the attack is more, uh, drug should be there to treat the suppress the asthmatic attack. Now, another example is anti-ulcer drugs. We know that this gastric acid secretion highest at early night or late afternoon. So S2 blockers like ranitidine, cimetidine, famotidine should be taken once a day in the late afternoon or early night when acid secretion is more. Anti-cancer drugs. Actually, it is in the research it was found that the cancer cells grow fast at night, 2 a.m. and slow growing at 10 p.m. So cancer drugs should be administered more in the night time because cancer cells divide more in the night time. Normal human bone marrow, normal cells that we can say, normal human bone marrow synthesis peaks around noon, but malignant cells, this DNA synthesis malignant lymphoma cells peaks near midnight. Now, few other examples like patients with, or now we compare with this osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Patients with osteoarthritis tends to have less pain in the morning and more at night, while those with rheumatoid arthritis have pain that usually peaks in the morning and decreases throughout the day. So for osteoarthritis sufferers, the optimum time for a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen could be around noon or mid-afternoon. But the same drug, we can say this same drug would be more effective for people with rheumatoid arthritis when taken after the evening meal. So there's some changes in the rheumatoid arthritis timing and the osteoarthritis patients. Now, there are so many drugs that showing such type of behaviors. Some are lipophilic drugs, some are hydrophilic drugs. So, and their side effects are also varied. We say that some drugs are when given at particular time, the side effects are less. Viability is more when it's administered at particular time. So now questions that we should take the properties of drugs and also combine the health conditions, these are disease states, circadian rhythm of uh, both the drug and disease. Now, question is that how to develop certain drug system that will only release the drug at particular time when it is required and when the drug is more effective. So it is the responsibility of scientists who need to develop certain things. So then we can say that if the appearance of asthmatic attack is at early morning, it is not possible for a patient to take wake up and take uh, medicines at 3 p.m. 3 a.m. Sorry. So patients are need to take at night, and the doses form should not release the drug in that period at night and only release the drug at early morning. So it is required specialized training and expertise to develop such type of delay system. So now things are that we need to develop a certain delay systems, and for that purpose, we need to know about our body actually, different anatomical conditions, physiology, their composition of vitamins, enzyme system, bacterial system, pH is there, what should be the pH is there. So depends upon the knowledge of these, and location is also important. When this we wants to send a drug, a dosage form, so location is very much important, uh, and understanding of all these things are very much important. This is the figure of this skin, and it is understanding of this uh, figure is very much relevant in terms of when we are developing a transdermal drug list. Now, this figure showing the pH value of human body. We should know that we should require pH values of different organs. Saliva, we can say that's 6 to 7.4. Brain pH is 7.1. Heart pH is 7.0 to 7.4. Capillary blood 7.35 to 7.4. Arterial blood is similar to that. A venous blood is similar to the small intestine secretions are 7.5 to 8. A pancreatic secretion 8 to 8.3. Liver 7.2. So understanding of these values are very much required for developing any drug system. Now this is the GI tract. You can see when the drug is given by the oral route, just as passes through the mouth, to the stomach, to the small intestine, to the colon. So understanding of these organs are very much important. As we know that mouth having the pH of 5 to 7, enzymes, salts are present, biopolymers we can use, and residence time of any drug or dosage form is 5 to 60 seconds only in the mouth. Similar to that, this stomach pH is 1 to 3, enzymes are present, salts are present, agitation peristaltic movement is there, and residence time is 30 minutes to 4 hours. Small intestine pH 6 to 7.5, enzymes are present, salts are present, bile is there, agitation is there, residence time is 1 to 2 hours, and colon is the best site actually we can say for delivering the drug because residence time is very much. Yes, we can say 20 to 24 hours. So pH is 5 to 7, enzymes are present, bacteria is present, and agitation is there. So we should use this bioenvironment to develop certain healthy system. This is understanding about the different enzymatic systems are present. So we can use certain polymers that should be digested at particular organ. Now, role of polymers are very much there. We can use natural polymers, synthetic polymers, semi-synthetic polymers, and other classified anti-coated polymers, okay, pH-sensitive polymers, so many polymers. And role of these polymers are very much important. And modulation of polymers, the combination of polymers are required to develop efficient any release system. Now this is a study about this one polymer that is Udazit. This Udazit is we can say available in the both forms, pH dependent polymers and pH independent polymers. So it depends upon the grade. We can use certain type of interjet grade polymer for developing a release system to particular target. Now comes with the chronomodulated release system, and it is based on this pulsatile release system. So we can say this pulsatile delivery is defined as the rapid and transient release of certain amount of molecules within a short time period, immediately after a predetermined off-release period, that is lag time. Are these systems have a peculiar mechanism of delivering the drug rapidly and completely after a lag time, a period of no drug release. Such a release pattern is known as pulsatile release. Now, first we need to understand the things. This rapid and transient release of certain amount of molecules within a short time period, immediately after a predetermined off-release period. Means drug should not release that in particular time period when it is not desired, and drug should be released when the intensity of the disease is there or occurrence of disease is there. So this is off-release period is very much important, that is called also lag time. And afterwards, dosage form should release and deliver the drug rapidly and completely after lag time. So that is called pulsatile release. This delivery system is suitable in cases where drugs, including protein and peptides, undergo great metabolic degradation. Suitable for drugs with extensive first-pass metabolism and those targeted to specific sites in the intestinal tract. Now, this pulsatile drug system has two added advantages, or we can say, in respect of other controlled delivery systems and novel delivery systems. Two added advantages are there: extended daytime or nighttime activity, and drugs adapts to suit circadian rhythm of body, which is our disease. So, two are the most important advantages of pulsatile drug systems. Disadvantages are there, or we can say it needs advanced technology, trained or skilled personnel needed for manufacturing. So it requires expertise to develop our this pulsatile drug delivery based on the chronotherapy. These are some recently available different chronopharmaceutical technologies like C-forms technology, Fontaine technology, Efficaps technology, chronotopic technology, Egalit technology, CODAS technology, geoclock technology, code technology, three-dimensional printing technology, timer technology, which chemical modification of API, control list microchips, and chronomodulated osmotic pumps we can use. Now this is ORUS is also based on that. ORUS is developed for this verapamil hydrochloride used for the treatment of hypertension. Three-dimensional printing, we can say transdermal forms are there, or sometimes now we are observing that some tattoos are also used for delivering the drug. Efficaps systems are there, pulse and cap systems are there. Now, second type of this pulse after that pulse and cap, pulsatile WB, the second is the intercoated systems. Intercoated systems, we can use certain intercoated polymers. These are pH sensitive or pH insensitive also. Both type of polymers we can use, and they are particularly used to deliver in the intestinal region or colonic region. Okay. So this formulation can be utilized in time control drug administration, and lag time is needed. So this is a very efficient system, and for that purpose, core is coated with some hydrophilic polymers like HPMC, and then with the gastro-resistant polymers we can use. This is the schematic representation of intercoated system. This is core drug layer is there. Afterwards, it's coated with the HPMC or soluble polymer, hydrophilic polymer is there. Now it is further coated with the intercoated polymer layer. This is because of disadvantage, we can say, because of the unpredictability of the gastric resistance. Such systems cannot be the first choice when a time control release is required. Osmotic systems is very much useful, both unidosystem as well as the multi-particulate systems, uh, utilizing the osmotic principle for such type of delivery, development for such type of delivery. In the case of osmotic system, the osmotic pressure acts as a driving force for the pulsatile release. This system consists of application same permeable membrane around the core of an osmotically active drug or a drug combined with an osmotic agents. The delivery orifice is drilled into the system by laser technique or high-speed mechanical drilling. When the system comes in contact with fluid, due to the difference in the osmotic pressure, the drug inside the system is pumped out at controlled rate. So by that osmotic system, we can get the zero release, and we also can get the uh, pulsatile release by application of this osmotic force, osmotic pressure. Now, a lag time of 1 to 10 hours can be achieved. Depends upon the thickness, polymer thickness, what we are doing with the osmotic system, or its diameter and concentration of osmotic agents. This system consists of a capsule coated with the same membrane. The capsule acts as a reservoir of drug and osmotic agents. Both are combinedly uh, placed together in a particular capsule and coated with the certain polymers. Water enters into the system through the same permeable membrane, leads to the development of this osmotic pressure and expulsion after desired lag time. So, in my point of view, this osmotic principle may be very much useful for developing such type of relay system. Now, swelling and erodible systems. In this system, the outer reservoir is surrounded by polymeric barrier layer that swells and get dissolved when it is in contact of the used media and is released after the lag time. So, for that purpose, again, we can use certain polymers, hydrophilic polymers, and combination of polymers we can use. So, it depends upon the thickness of polymer coat and viscosity of the polymer. We can control the release. Sorry. Next one is the press coated system. Press coating, also known as compression coating, is relatively uh, easier to develop. Uh, in that case, it involves direct compression of both the core and the coat, and we can use the different coating solutions. The limitation of the system is that central portion of the core layer cannot be assured. One layer provides the initial dose of the drug, while other layers are formulated with the components that are insoluble in gastric media but dissolves in intestine. The tablet can be coated with the same polymeric coating layer that controls drug release. So compression coating we can use single compression, double compression, three compression, and advantage that we can use 2 or 3 drugs also to deliver the to certain organ. Now, pulsing cap. Pulsing cap actually comes from the principle of this pulse delivery using the capsule. It is single unit system comprised of a water-insoluble capsule body, including the reservoir. The capsule body is closed at one end with a soluble hydrogen plug, and certain hydrogels such as hydroxypalmethyl cellulose (PVP) are used as a plug material. Okay. Some enzymatically controlled irreducible polymers such as pectin can also be used as plugging material. So pectin we can use. Pectinase is there. So these polymers may digest in the bioenvironment of the GI tract. When the capsule comes in contact with the water, it absorbs water and swells. After a lifetime, the plug gets pushed out and the drug gets released rapidly in the form of pulse. So when it is desired, when it is needed, only the pulse delivery is there. Only part of the drug is released in the biomovement. Rapid release can be ensured by infusion of effervescent agents, super disinfectants, and osmotic agents. Now, next thing is that ultrasound tracking system. Ultrasound is also observed as a very good uh, concept for enhancing the improvement after penetration through biological barriers. It is normally used for the transdermal applications. The ultrasound affects enhances degradation of polymer in which the drug molecules are incorporated. The drug can be released by repeated ultrasound exposure. Pulse delivery is achieved by on-off application of ultrasound. Okay. Now, this multiple material system, very much useful and having wide application, more application as compared with the unitary forms. As we know that multi-particle systems are more reliable system, and there is no chances of bruise tumbling, no chances of complete excretion, and multiple we can have so much opportunity with the multi-particle systems. So more reliable casting emptying pattern observed from multi-particle systems, and it is based on changes in membrane permeability and rupture of the coating. Now, in that case, multi-particle systems, we can use different thickness multi-particle systems, and based on the time, they will release. And for that purpose, we can apply more concepts also, like osmotic principle. We can also employ that for development of multi-particle systems. Now, futuristic approach, we can say, this is actually very good technology. We can, and having wide scope for the future researchers, and it requires combination of system biology and nanomedicine. System biology actually we have discussed that about system biology of one human body, system biology of drug, of our disease. So many diseases are there. They are following the pattern. Pattern is there. So it depends upon that. Uh, Now it's the time to combine together system biology and nanomedicine, and to develop a more efficient drug system that's safer, more efficient, and treat the patient efficiently. These are my recently published books, may be useful for students. Where is invited. Thank you all for your patience. Thank you. Now, Dr. Amit. Dr. Amit.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, some questions are there. First one,
Yeah.
sir. Effect of Chronopharmaceutics in Indian drug development.
Okay. So actually, it is the untouched part. So many researchers are doing on that field, and it requires actually expertise and all these things, right? So for that purpose, students need to focus on the development of such type of delivery system. Hello. Hello, Mr. Binod Makra.
जी sir.
Yes.
Yes sir. One more question, sir. Physiological role of pulsatile release drug development. Physiological.
Physiological. Yeah. Actually, we discussed that so many diseases are intensity of or occurrence of disease at particular time. So, understanding of these conditions are required, and as we know, as I told you that everything we should know before developing our delay system. We should know the anatomical, physiological condition of our body, each and everything. Means what should be the pH conditions are there, what should be the composition having in the stomach, what should be the enzymes present in the stomach, what should be the kill system is there. So by utilizing all these, we can develop certain good effective dosage form. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Dr. Sunil, thank you very much for your precious time. Thank you once
Yeah.
again from
Thank
the
you.
Karnataka College. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for giving me the opportunity.